Chief Peter Eme, you're here again at the Supreme Court. Please, what is your general feeling of everything that is happening?
My feeling is that we could be hopeful but not confident. We are not confident in the process, but we are hopeful that the judiciary will do what is right. But what we are saying is the fact that the unbundling of the commission is necessary. Look at Jega. When Jega was sitting as chairman of INEC, I was part of the IPAC team that usually meet to cover. Today, now Jega is saying that the INEC chairman should not be appointed by this thing. That's why I don't like Nigerian elite. When Jega was the chairman of the commission, and they were all part of the Justice Tuwei report in 2000 that says that INEC must be unbundled, that INEC is overburdened. They were all part of that report that said that the president must not appoint the commission chairman. When he was sitting on that seat, did he ever make any statement to justify and say, Mr. President, remove your hand from appointing INEC chairman? That's where you know who people are courageous. You shouldn't have table manners when you are eating. And when out of office, you now suddenly realize you are a comrade. The issue is that when you swear people in, before the judiciary sit down, there's an automatic state capture. It is so difficult. Today, who gave the directive for security to be here? Who gave this? It's the executive.
Coming here this morning, there's a DSS bus that is parked in front of the Supreme Court, and it is to the fact that they are only allowing a specific number of people to get in. How do you feel coming into this court today, and not as a Nigerian and somebody who has contributed your quota to the development of this country, coming into to listen to the proceedings of the Supreme Court that is supposed to be open for every sitting of this country? So how do you feel this morning coming and you're not allowed to get
They have
into the
deprived me of my fundamental right to participate in the process that I would judge myself whether it's free, whether it's credible, and whether it's competent enough to be accepted by Nigerians. What are you saying? Look at journalists. They're all outside. Are they not supposed to transmit this in live for Nigerians to see it? They're all outside. What are we protecting? When we're doing something that is right, why are we doing as if we're afraid? Journalists are outside. Journalists are captured in the constitution specifically as fortress state of the realm so that Nigerians can have first-hand information of what is going on. If you have screened at the gate and discover the person is not carrying anything that will jeopardize the life of the people, you should allow the people in. So filled to capacity. And when the capacity is, we not tell people outside, oh, the court is already filled up, or you can stay outside. That's what you should do. We can't be doing as if Nigerians are endangered to their own Nigeria. Nigerians can't be the endangered species. They can't be the one that is endangering Nigerians. Nigerians have done what they to do. They have gone to the polls to exercise their franchise freely. And that people are feeling that true freedom that was supposed to be put through the ballot was not given the necessary respect. And for that reason, that's why people are aggrieved and people are in court. And we're expecting that justice is different from judgment. And justice should be more important than judgment.
On a last note, please, do you have confidence that this court will give justice to the people of this country?
I've told you, it's not about confidence as I speak to you right now, it's about being hopeful. But if I say I'm confident, I'll be sending the wrong signal to Nigerians. But I'm very hopeful that they will see through the document that have been presented. They will see that INEC lied, INEC made promises prior to the election and promised to transmit results. And INEC changed the goalpost in the middle of the game. There will be men of integrity that will see this, so that Nigerian children that are coming up will have hope in this nation.
Okay, please, on a final note, I know you're a big part of the Obidati campaign. I saw you everywhere that I went to, your contribution, everything that you did. You are even a victim of this election. You contested election in Kogi, and you are rigged out. Please, I want to know, how were you people able to manage your supporters, who actually poured out on election day to, vote, and their vote were rigged? And after the election, people felt that this country was going to go into crisis. How were you able to manage, your supporters, to calm down to this moment?
It is not us that calm them down. If left for me, I'll be on the street today, protesting. It's my fundamental right to peaceful protest. But it is the nature of the principle that I support. We believe that the court will give him justice. It is the nature of the principle, Peter Obi, that I support. We believe that it is better to go through the court. If it was me, I am telling you that there's, even in social studies in primary school, they tell you pressure group. You must use instrument of pressure, which is part of protest. As long as these protests are done within the ambit of the law, that respect the rule of law, that do not lead to destruction of life and property, then you have your fundamental right to exercise that. And that is what I believe.
It's good having you today. Thank you for all that you do. Please, I just want
it's
you to
good
calm
having
down.
me, but is Nigeria good to have?
Please just calm down. We
It's
hope
the problem now.
you know,
You have
that
me here. We
Nigeria
are
will be
talking
good.
about Nigeria should be good
Because
to us.
if everybody
so
in
that
this
ordinary
country,
man can go and contest election and believe that the vote will be counted.
if everybody in this
That's what
country
we're
feel the
saying.
way you're feeling now, I think
Oh,
we all carry lighter and
We are
lighter of the country. So
heartbroken.
please.
Forget people who worked for us, people who suffered for us, people who worked without being paid. I've never seen the election in my own constituency. There was no money given to us, but our people almost killed themselves. We worked. And you could go to those places and check the IRF. IRF is saying one report, what was declared saying another report. INEC should be ashamed of themselves for depriving Nigerians of their right.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, I guess we're having this conversation, so I'm secure enough. But all security is relative. Obviously, there is no such thing. Even the head of state is not completely secure, right? Nobody's completely secure. It is what it is. But the point I made in the tweet you referenced this morning was that in as much as nobody's secure, the people who are also trying to go after people, the people who want to kill somebody, those people too, they should ask themselves, are they also secure? Because nobody has a monopoly of craziness. Nobody has a monopoly of violence. Nobody has a monopoly on anything. It's a double-edged sword. So the person who lives by the gun will also die by the gun, right? So, and it's important for them to know this. Now, regarding that tweet, yes, I guess all the information you need is already in the tweet. The person who is behind the plot, the FCT minister, Wike, who I don't know whether he sees this as his ticket into the big time, his ticket into the inner caucus of the Tinubu administration, which he clearly is not in. Maybe that's his thing. I don't know. The thug stroke enforcer stroke career thug who has been tasked with actually providing the muscle to carry out the operation, Musiliu Akinsanya, aka MC Oluomo. And then the person who has always been closely aligned with that guy, whose cover profession, let's put it that way, is a musician who travels and tours around the world, has been tasked with providing the cover for the thugs who are apparently going to be mobilized to carry out this mission. So the idea is, if you get information that this guy is in whatever place, so and so place, you can say you are going to have a concert there or a show there, whatever. I mean, you come along with an entourage that includes these people. They execute a strike on this guy, and then that's how they fix their problem. They think that's what's going to fix their problem. They think that eliminating David Hundeyin is going to fix the issues that Tinubu is facing. And the point I was making was that, first of all, for the sake of argument, if he could eliminate me, it doesn't fix any issues at all, because those processes and institutions are completely independent of me. I might have started off these legal issues, these legal problems that he has now. That might have been my work. I might have started off the legal process. I might have funded the legal case. However, it has already reached its conclusion. So if you eliminate me now, for the sake of argument, if you could do that, those documents are still going to come out. Even if I say right now that the documents shouldn't come out, it's not going to stop them from coming out. I don't even have that power, first of all. So it doesn't solve that problem, right? The platform I run, West Africa Weekly, it might have started off as the David Hundeyin newsletter. It's not that anymore. It's expanded beyond that. I'm not even the majority owner of the company anymore, right? I own less than 40% of the company now. So it's an integrated media platform now. It has its own, so the launch is, I think it should be by the end of next week, the official launch. It has writers, it has long form people, it has visual people, it has producers, it has backend, it's going to run whether the Hundeyin is around or not. It's not going to stop. So eliminating me does not fix it doesn't solve any of your problems, first of all. And then secondly, this idea that there is only one group of people that are allowed to go around threatening other people's lives, that somehow you have some divine rights to go around killing people, to go around threatening to take people's lives, and somehow that is fine, nobody's going to do anything about it. Well, you should also know that if you are going to go around threatening people's lives and getting people killed, you also bleed, you also sleep on a pillow, right? You're also a man with red blood. You can die too, right? And I know they're going to be watching this, so I'm just going to ask them one question, right? This information, which you thought was some kind of top secret, highly classified, it's only your tiny little group are supposed to know about it. How did I hear about it? How did I get to know the intricate details of what the planning is? So think about that. So if you think you have some kind of divine right to go around threatening people's lives and you think your own life will be safe, think again. The less said about that, the better.
Subscribe, like, and share.